he said like you look fully healthy. He said you look fully healthy now. Has that been an issue for you throughout the season?
I mean, I hurt my shoulder a little bit in the preseason, but I mean, kind of as the weeks have gone on, it's definitely gotten better every week, and I think that if I just continue to stay the course and continue to rehab, I should be all right.
How close are you to 100%?
I mean, come start of the game Saturday, I feel 100% every week, but I think that depending on how the game goes and what happens, I mean, I feel a little bit, but I mean, I feel great right now.
Is there anything about it that particularly hurts? Like if you land on it in a funny way or you stretch in a certain way? Is there anything about it?
No, I mean, I think just depending on kind of how the game's going and where I get hit on it. I mean, but it doesn't really have any kind of specific hurt.
Hartline was saying there's an element of frustration when you talk to him after the game, just not getting as many balls as he would like, and there's one side of it where you just, hey, I just want to win, but there is a kind of a frustration side of it too. Do you feel that at all, just maybe not getting as many balls as you guys would like this year?
I mean, just from a receiver standpoint or a running back standpoint, I think you want to feel like you're contributing to the team, and you want to feel like you're helping the offense, and I think that as long as we're doing good, I mean, obviously that's the biggest thing. I think that I know Hartline feels that same way, and I know all of us feel the same way. But I mean, I think what he's saying is just that he just wants to get back to feeling like he really helps and really contributed.
You guys haven't thrown the ball. You guys haven't thrown the ball downfield. It seems like as much as last year. We've seen a lot of you stretch the field a lot last season. Why do you think that might be the case?
I think a lot of it is just, based on, like I said, how the game's going and based on, what defenses are doing. I think that, maybe last year where we were able to, get behind some defenses kind of because what they were, giving Beanie and how they were, playing our run game. But I think that, this year, I mean, it's just, really been, I mean, I think we've had a couple shots. So I think, they're there. But, I mean, the biggest thing is just, how defenses are playing us and what they're doing.
So teams have been adapting to that, basically.
Yeah, and I think, that's just, them watching film and doing a lot of studying. And, I mean, you give them, all the credit in the world for just, researching and figuring out what they need to.
Brian, Wisconsin's coming off a loss, but obviously they forced 5 turnovers. So talk about how dangerous they're on defense for you guys and what challenges they present to you guys.
I mean, I think, forgetting what happened last weekend, we know this is still a great football team. And I think that I heard Coach Tressel say something about it in there that, even with them losing, I mean, we can expect them to come back, a lot more ready and, a lot more, excited about this game. And I think that, just seeing all the guys that they have coming back on defense and, all the different things that they do, we know it'll be a great challenge for us.
And it's been 5 years since OSU has played at Wisconsin. A lot of you guys weren't there. But to those of us on the outside, Camp Randall's one of the loudest venues in all the country. What are the coaches telling you guys, or how are they helping you guys get ready for that kind of atmosphere on Saturday?
I mean, they try to tell us, and I know that none of the players have been there, and some of the coaches have obviously, and I mean they had a little video they showed us yesterday with the fans and kind of what they do during the game, but. I mean, there's not really a way that you can fully prepare, for something like that and go into it and, say, okay, I prepared for it. I think that, the biggest thing that we have to do is just prepare this week and, get to a point where we're comfortable enough running our stuff to where we come Saturday, we don't have to worry about it.
With Beanie back in the lineup, Terrell in now, you had a big game last week. Is this offense starting to click now?
I think just with everybody coming together, I think, it just makes it easier because you've got, a lot of the pieces to the puzzle, I guess, that, with Beanie, who was out for a couple weeks, and then Terrell, who was, coming in and out with Todd. But I think that, with all these guys coming together and, everybody, starting to figure out, what their role is and what they have to do, I think, it makes it easier.
Speaking of Terrell, how do you see him handling the situation? Because, I mean, big stage game. I mean, he played at USC, but being the starter and going into this environment.
I mean, I'm really, not worried at all. I think that, I wasn't worried kind of going into the USC game, knowing he would play a lot, and I think that, this game will be, no different just because, I mean, Terrell is a guy who, definitely, prepares every day and definitely, wants to get better every day, and, I mean, I don't see him, having those, freshman jitters or anything like that.
Are you surprised by that? And when did you notice that maybe he was different in that respect, Brian? I mean,
I just noticed, I think, when he first got here, I think over the summer, and you could tell, by how he wanted to come in and, how much he wanted to be involved with, with the offense and how much he wanted to do because, I mean, he didn't know what his role was going to be and what he was going to have to do. But, I mean, you could just sense him, with Todd, kind of, staying with him, learning under him, and, just kind of growing every day.
Talk about his arm a little bit. I mean, we've seen it a little bit. It seems like he's got a pretty strong arm, pretty accurate. You see it a lot more. Just talk about his arm strength, his accuracy, anything you want to say about Terrell's arm.
Oh, I mean, obviously, he's a big guy, big, strong guy, and I think, you can see it. There's a couple of times on Saturday where he got a chance to throw the ball a little bit, and I think that, I don't know if the situation is called if we have a deep ball thrown. I mean, he's definitely confident enough where he's going to make that throw. I mean, I know he can.
I mean, is it comparable with Todd's? I mean, does he have if you had to compare their arm strength, I mean, is it pretty comparable? Or
obviously, it's a little bit different. I mean, they have not too many quarterbacks have the same ball, so I think that, Todd, I mean, he does a lot of things different, but I think one of the things that Terrell has to his advantage is just his athleticism. And I think that you can really see it in a lot of the balls that he goes.
You guys rotated a lot of wide receivers on Saturday. I'm wondering what that was like from your perspective. It seemed like there were some communication problems.